So very good morning to the audience and a very good morning to the eminent panelists of the discussion. We are going to discuss about AI and we have a panel of so many great human intelligence. Nothing can be better than that. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I have been working in the field of AI since 1999. And I've seen a sea change in what was earlier it was doing and now it is happening in front of us. I will start with a story that Siri started abusing in a household. So what happened that in that house, family used to abuse a lot. And Siri started learning out of that. And slowly it developed a tendency of abusing. So this is the situation where we are right now, where AI was a kid earlier, now it is a teenager and being naughty. So with that, I would like to start the discussion because we are dealing with a technology which has really changed the world towards a direction we don't know better or worse. But then, being academician, we should be taking the baton in our hands and see how best we can utilize it for ourselves, for our society, for the country and for the nation, for the globe. So let me start with a general question. What does effective human-AI collaboration in education look like in practice? So I hope already that has intervened our education system everywhere. So how it is looking like right now? So can I request you, sir?
Good morning, everyone. Hope I am audible. Thank you very much for just inviting. I think before this, we saw a beautiful presentation by the companies. Yes, I'm being from the universities, education industry. Very important is that what do we feel today? Yes, we have grown so much, as Sir has said just now. It has come from baby to adult situation as on today, AI. My only thing is, what I wanted to say, implementing the blend of AI with traditional system is very important, especially it starts with the university system. You know, AI can help you to improve your teaching methodology. AI can help you to, have a better knowledge to be shared with the students. But biggest challenge we are facing and we are not come out of that. That is in education institution. How to blend this AI into traditional teaching. As far as I think everybody will agree, AI, because most of the people know what exactly is this. Everybody will agree. Traditional teaching is also important. At the same time, AI is helpful to support that education system. I'll take a small example. In a family, a 4-people family, when a family starts, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law both have a different opinion. Here we can call it as a mother-in-law is a traditional system and daughter-in-law is an AI system. But to run the family, both have to blend. Both have to learn with each other. So what happens? They try to impose on each other. Then comes your father-in-law. He becomes, because he has an exposure to go out, so he has the knowledge, he tried. That is some of our people, our faculties, who try to absorb some AI, who try to tell some traditional method to the young faculty. That is how they try to do it. The biggest challenge is son, for whom wife is also important and mother-in-law is also important. So that is the same challenge what we are facing today. Just Putting AI, implementing AI is not the thing. Blending with the traditional teaching and making people to understand to use the AI. Because AI can do a lot of mistakes, ChatGPT and all can do the mistake. Ultimately, we need to check that. And traditional system, we feel that why it is important? Because our culture in the world, India's culture is the best culture. With traditional system, we can introduce culture. At the same time, with AI, we can introduce a student in such a way that he can fight in the industry as a turn. So I feel that challenge is very important, is to really implement, mold the teachers, mold the faculties to come to a teaching methodology, blend with traditional teaching with AI, which will definitely, I think, one day will be the top of this. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
So that was interesting actually. Started with baby to teenager and then brought it to the level of married life. Interesting, isn't it? So I would like to have an opinion from my other panelist member that what can be the best kind of blend. We are talking about blend, but how much blending it with current situation of AI?
Right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I think when we're talking about the effectiveness of AI, especially in the education sector, I think we should first talk about the problem statement that AI is solving. When I look at it from the education industry standpoint, I see it from the perspective of three main key stakeholders: the students, the teachers, and the management. I think the problems that students face currently is that they have tough time keeping up with the pace of the class. Sometimes students are not very, comfortable publicly to ask questions or to raise their queries in front of the class. And some students learn fast, some students learn slow. So I feel that AI tools will really help solve this problem for the student in the coming years in the education sector. And when we talk about teachers, especially in private sector, I come from a private university. I feel that teachers are really stretched thin in private institutions, especially. I'm not sure about the government institutions. With heavy timetables, heavy time schedules, they're juggling with the administration work, assessments, grading, assignments, heavy teaching loads. And so I feel AI will really help solve that problem for the teacher, where AI will act as a co-pilot along with the teacher, where it will help teachers create class notes for them, create presentations for them, help them do assessments easier in an easier way. So that is where I think it will help the teachers. And lastly, the management. I think the problem statement that every management is trying to solve is to, how can we maintain our quality of our product, of our delivery. When I talk about product, I'm talking about the courses and the programs that we are teaching. So I really feel that with the help of AI, we will easily be able to surface the problems in our product and in our delivery mechanisms, and give us some insight of how we can solve this problem more efficiently. So to answer that question, I think AI will be really effective, especially in the education industry, and we should really welcome it, because I think it's coming to make us better. Thank you.
Thank you. Right insight in actually that um, it is actually being proven that it is acting as a support vector for the young kids. Now, in teaching and learning process, there are two people involved. One is the teacher and another one is taught. And when we are talking about AI, like I started with my story that Siri started abusing. So the challenge becomes much more difficult for a teacher to make sure that taught is going through the right content. And that challenge, actually, I would like to get addressed by my far sitting panelist, madam. Can you throw some light that how teachers can be enabled in this arena? Because there are some teachers who are young at age, but there are some teachers who are already into their 50s and 60s and so on, who are actually driving force for the department. So how to make sure that they are also aligned and making sure that right kind of content is being produced by AI or by the fellow faculty members, so that there is no myth going across all the academics. That is another challenge. So how to mitigate that?
Good morning everybody. Sir, definitely it's a challenge to get that right mix of AI and the traditional teaching, especially in case where maybe old school of thought of teachers are involved. The younger generation has taken up AI very well, but like was highlighted in the previous question, the blend is what is going to make the difference. That is how much of the AI is blended with human teaching. If that blend is going to be more, like more of AI and less of human intervention, it's not going to lead to the desired outcomes, and it would like create an imbalance. So the challenge I feel can be overcome by maybe the more experienced teachers in their 50s or 60s who can take up assistance of AI and not let AI lead them. And similarly for the younger teachers, they can be taking assistance but not letting the AI lead them into results. Moreover, the teachers can act as moral guardians, like they need to tell the students about originality, about innovation. The students need not go into copying the entire thing from AI, not being led by the AI, but originality has to be guaranteed, has to be drilled into the students, and that way I feel the challenge can be overcome.
That's a really great thought, that creativity should be kept intact while keeping the technology as support vectors. But there is another challenge which I am seeing, that earlier it was within the boundaries that knowledge were being transacted. So you had certain kind of control over it. You hire people who are at a particular level of knowledge, and they are dealing with the students which are within that boundary. But now the education is becoming boundaryless actually, because there is no boundary now to get the information, may be right, may be wrong. And that can actually, and with the kind of mixed blend of faculty members right now, at this particular stage, it can be a situation where most of the things what we are presuming that it will be beautiful, rosy picture in the campus may get into disturbed picture. Why? Because you have faculty members which are half prepared for AI. You have students who are prepared for AI, but they have no information or no clue that from where to get this perfect or right kind of information. Moreover, the habit of reading books, which is slowly diminishing. So I would like my next panelist sitting from the far to throw some light that how we can make it more interesting for students to get into traditional way of learning as well as use AI, which is boundaryless, for their benefit.
Good afternoon, everybody. So the topic is the most interesting and the most apt for today, AI in education. The way I look at it is we should all have AI first approach. If any problem has to be solved, let's use AI. So this is what we tell our HR, we tell our marketing head, we tell our academic head. So if you have an AI first approach, you will start dealing with the problem in a different way. Now, very rightly said, ma'am, there are teachers who are, seniors. Let's not throw everybody into the sea straight away. People need to be trained. People need to be groomed. They need to be, the problems and challenges they are going to face. Let's talk about that. Let's not assume everybody will start using AI on their own. We as institutions, we assume that students are using AI to the best of their advantage. But AI and its tools have so much more to offer. So the way should be that we need to have a disciplined and a systematic approach towards how do we adopt AI in the institutions. Now, as far as teaching learning process goes inside the classroom, people generally will have resistance. Some old teachers may have resistance. Even when WhatsApp came or the, touchless, the touch frame phones came into being, people had that resistance that, I want to use the Nokia, I want to use the press button. But so quickly we all changed. And anybody who can use WhatsApp will be able to use AI. It's that simple, it's that easy. Now, how do we blend into the teaching process? We need to understand, first of all, AI is data. It is driven by intelligent data that is thrown to us. But teacher is the soul of the class. Let's not forget, a teacher will add so much more value to the classroom that he or she is not replaceable. But every student has their own pace. With AI, we can offer personalized learnings. We can offer in-depth knowledge to the level a student wants to go. You can ask more and more questions. The prompts can be more interesting. If a student said, tell me more example, explain to me using graphical images, explain to me using real-life examples. So during that lecture, the teacher may not be able to go into so much depth, but the teacher can guide how you can explore more. The assignments can be more interesting. The assignments can be given using real-life examples. So AI has a lot to offer. We all need to learn how to use it to our advantage.
So that really makes little bit clear that we are right now in a position where we can call it neither day nor night, but it is dusky time period. And as it is said that during dusky time period, you need to drive very cautiously and slowly.
It's a dawn,
Rather
it's a
less.
new beginning.
Yeah.
It's a dawn, it's a new beginning. It's just the
It's-
beginning of a
It's
beautiful
dawn.
day.
Yeah, it's dawn, maybe. So we can compare it with that it's after night. I will not say night because earlier also there were bright and many things were good. But with AI, definitely things are going to become much brighter. So that brings me to another question, that how can institution ensure AI supports rather than overshadows the traditional teaching? And I believe that this question, if it is answered rightly in right manner, then most of the problems can get resolved then and there. So I will ask next panelist to please throw some light on that.
Good afternoon. So you spoke about that how we can have AI in the campus and how to see that. Only AICT is the council in the country which has declared this year as a AI year for AI. But other councils have not announced, and if they have not done any innovation. We are talking on this platform about the AI, but medical council, dental council, nursing council, pharmacy council, CCM, and NCT. These councils have not done any innovation in their system, and only AICT is encouraging colleges to organize seminar, conference, and a lot of activities, events. So if India is having 1,000 universities, India has 40,000 colleges also. So all 1,000 universities have freedom to change their curriculum because they have freedom. But all those 40,000 colleges are regulated by the universities. And when affiliating university does not have any innovation, how AI will go to 40,000 colleges of the country? So one thing. Second thing, I believe AICT is not going to affect only technical student. It is going to affect medical student, it is going to affect pharmacy student, nursing student, every type of student, because it is going to change our life. But there's no encouragement by the other things. And another important fact which everybody will be shocked. मैंने सोचा था कि AI के इस तूफान में इस बार इंडिया में पूरा नंबर चेंज हो जाएगा. I was thinking that CUET में और जेई में बहुत बड़ा जंप आएगा नंबर में. बट आई वॉज शॉक टू सी 23,30,000 बच्चे ने लास्ट ईयर नीट दिया. इस बार देर इज स्लाइटली 5% प्लस माइनस हुआ मेडिकल एस्पिरेंट्स में और 5% प्लस माइनस हुआ टेक्निकल में. दैट मीन्स रूट से हमारे पास जो बच्चा आ रहा है, हमारा रॉ मटेरियल, उसमें ये तूफान अभी नहीं आया. वो तूफान लाना पड़ेगा हमारी गवर्नमेंट को. द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन एंड NEP इज वेरी गुड. मोदी साहब हैज डन वंडरफुल बाय इंट्रोड्यूसिंग NEP, बट द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पार्ट नीड टू रीलुक. बिकॉज जितनी तेजी से US आगे बढ़ रहा है, बाकी कंट्रीज आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, हमारे पास तो 140 करोड़ भारतीय हैं जो पूरे वर्ल्ड को सर्व कर सकते हैं. आज इंडिया का बच्चा बाहर जाता है, उसको वापस आना पड़ता है कि डंकी रूट से गया है. अगर हम अपने यूथ को, खास करके पंजाब को, एवरी ईयर वी आर गेटिंग 50,000 स्टूडेंट गोइंग आउट जो इस बार नहीं जाएंगे. इफ वी ट्रेन देम फॉर हेल्थ केयर एंड AI, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट हेल्थ केयर एंड AI, इफ वी ट्रेन देम फॉर जस्ट 1 or 2 or 3 years, मन्ना जी AICT में रहे, इनको पता है ये खुद कितने इनोवेटिव और कितने फास्ट थे. बट वो AICT में तो इनोवेशन मुझे नजर आ रही है, बट आई एम नॉट लुकिंग दैट इनोवेशन अंडर द काउंसिल्स. अगर हम अपने बच्चे को AI प्लस हेल्थ केयर के लिए ट्रेन कर दें, तो वो गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स ग्रैब करेंगे रादर देन वो ड्राइवर या वेटर या वो टिम हॉर्टन में काम करें. दे विल डूइंग गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स इन दोस कंट्रीज. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट, आई अर्ज आवर गवर्नमेंट टू इम्प्लीमेंट AI इन अदर sectors also, and implementation should be from the government to the councils to the affiliating universities and other universities, and then to the colleges. And it should come fast, not so slow as it is being happening.
Now, this response actually brings me back to some nostalgic time. We are talking about regulatory bodies in academia. Now, they can regulate the subject which needs to be delivered. They can regulate how many hours, how many credits, how much marks. But can they regulate pedagogy? No, but can they say that you cannot use or you can add on? But I don't think...
Not only that, I'll tell you, even this affiliate
Well,
university is also there, right? In the what he said is right. Like Pharmacy Council and all. They give the total syllabus,
Yeah,
right? In which they say that this is the teaching, this is the subject,
this is the syllabus.
right? The moment we add AI or we increase add and all,
No, don't add there.
then
You include it into pedagogy of
right,
teaching.
pedagogy it can be.
That is what.
Pedagogy it can be.
No, I'm not saying value added. Suppose someone is teaching anatomy. Now anatomy can be taught by a tool created by AI, and that no regulatory body can stop. The same thing happened when I started changing the curriculum for computer science and engineering in 2010. Same AICT, same NAC, they tried to control that. But then that change now is evident. So it's all that that is where the question was how to blend that traditional way of teaching with AI without disturbing anything. I don't say that you disturb the syllabus, you disturb the curriculum, but the AI tools are there, gamification of the learning. That can be one of the ways. We are talking about smart manufacturing in pharmaceuticals. Industry is moving towards that, personalized medicine. So these things, yes, regulatory body will realize it later or sooner, but then we can blend it in some ways or the other to start with. And what happens when the results are as outcome, then slowly society starts accepting that. Initially we will get rejection, we will get humiliation, and then we'll be getting acceptance, and everyone will then follow. So that was the point I wanted to put up. Maybe, sir, you can add on certain things.
Absolutely, there are two things I would like to be elaborate because well spoken by my co-panelist over here. We have to understand one thing. AI is a tool. Do we agree? Okay, that's great. We are agree. It's a tool. When I go to the hotel with the family, we do order one platter, say veg platter. I take mushroom in my plate, you take potato in your plate. End of the day, you asked me today in this session, beyond AI, human intelligence. Their human intelligence works a lot. If potato suits to me, I'll take a potato. End of the day, AI is kind of a sea of the tools, plug and play, which suits to me as my university, as a vice chancellor, as a teacher, as a student, I will pick it out of that. Which suits to my, the neighbor university, they will do it. I'll give a very simple example. In my university, I know my 40,000 students are looking something for this world. They have to be global graduate. And they come to my university because of my NIR rank, because of my QS ranking, because of my MACA trophy, many things. It means they have the appetite. If I am failed to deliver what exactly they are looking from my university, end of the day will say, sir, bhooke aaye the, bhooke वापिस चले गए. ये मैं नहीं कर सकता. So what I have done it? I brought Harvard Business School online. I brought Coursera. I brought LinkedIn. I brought VAC because Government of India said choice-based credit system. I said, dear friends, if you are a slow learner, you are coming to my class, my best of the teachers are teaching you. But all the way, if you are a fast learner, you want to do something out of the world, out of the book, out of the curriculum, I have so many platforms for you. Come and join, take the courses. There is a one guy who did 400 certifications in a 1 year from the Coursera. It is a record. And the one guy have taken the 6 courses from NPTEL SWAYAM. And of course, Harvard Business School online. They have the AI tools like, it's amazing. Technology is also there. The teacher who's teaching the pedagogy you're talking. The Harvard professor is teaching, the IIT professors through the Coursera or maybe SWAYAM, NPTEL, they are teaching. They have. By virtue of this, my faculty get impressed, motivated, and they do. My 1,000 lessons is the Coursera for my faculty only free of cost. My faculty has to, anybody is joining Chandigarh University, they have to complete 3 courses from the Coursera before they are going to be get the final employment. What is that? Because यहाँ पे जो आपने सर से बात की ना, mindset की बात कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे. It is not that nobody wants to be run the AI in their life or in their mobile or in their classroom. It is their mindset, how they are going to perceive it, how they are going to accept it. So it is purely a choice-based credit system for the students and choice-based curriculum system for the teacher. तो टीचर को मैंने समुंदर दे दिया है, अब जितनी वो तैरी लगाना चाहते हैं वो तैरी लगा सकते हैं. Or end of the day, I'm getting the good faculty because their minds got changed when I'm giving the reflection. Now I'll come to the second part. When you talk about the human intelligence, AI is giving a solution. I think everybody's agree. AI is for solutions, not for the problems, I believe. Who's bringing the problem?
But it can create problem.
The problem is coming from the human intelligence. Every day ask my Siri, my Alexa, can you help me for this? She said, yes, I'm here for you only. Tell me what you want. So this is what the problem statements come from the human mind, the human intelligence, which is maybe manifold because of she get trained. वो मेरा baby है, मैं उसको रोज सिखा रहा हूँ. And after 10 years, they can be a supercomputers or quantum computers. But end of the day, it's a human intelligence which is giving a training to the artificial intelligence. It is our baby to whom we born. And we have conceptualized it. We have conceived it. And this is going to be happen in this world. That's what I just want to say.
Great insight actually, and really spot on. That actually brings me to the next question, that how educators can evolve themselves to become AI savvy. I'm not talking about specific areas, but in different areas where AI is actually has not touched as yet in academics. So can I ask my next panelist, Dr. Raj, to throw some light with his...
Thank you very much, Dr. Manish. At the outset, I would like to thank Observe Now and the organizers of this wonderful program for giving us all this opportunity to interact with all of you. I pay my respect to all my co-panelists and appreciation to all of you for joining in this deliberation. Now, the question which Manish has put to me is about how can educators get involved? Okay. Firstly, I agree that the topic is wonderful. It's about collaboration and it's about blending. Now, these are two very important words. Collaboration and blending. And as Manna sir talked about that basically AI is a tool which is trying to give solutions. And as Peter Drucker says, there are no right answers, there are only right questions. and that's what the human intelligence will bring about. I'm just putting 2 or 3 perspectives about this blending. I also don't want to emphasize too much on the traditional education versus the so-called AI blended modern education. The education is education and coming right from Guru Dronacharya time. The best thing about the Gurukul system was that it was n equal to 1, not n equal to m. Every student was a college. And the Guru was providing the knowledge for every student as per the student's need, demands, aspirations, capabilities, calibers, and so on and so forth. And which is why Arjun was taught archery. And Bhim was taught Gada. Right? Yudhishthir was taught. Just imagine if this combination muffled. And if Yudhishthir was using Gada. And God bless, if Bhim was using dharma and intelligence and things like that, it would have gone astray. Where I'm coming from is, bankers keep talking about before they give you solution. That's why they talk of KYC. Know your customer. As educator, Manish, my suggestion is know your student. And nothing like AI to actually understand our students. What do they want? What are their aspirations? How they want to learn? From whom they want to learn? And as Manna sir and I, we were discussing, हमारा Gen Z का जो light है वो तो जलता ही रात को 11 बजे है. तब उनको that time they need solutions and things like that. And therefore, AI is a fantastic tool to understand your own students. If we have understood that, rest is easy. Blending what to be done. I mean, AI can be blended in every aspect, as he started talking about, whether it is HR, whether it is administration, similarly whether it is course design, course delivery, evaluation, mentoring, anything. I think for everything and anything there can be a blending. The important aspect is for us as educators to understand it is the student which is at the center of this whole exercise. And therefore we need to understand our students, and there are AI tools which will profile my student, aspiration-wise, caliber-wise. One who wants to jump, don't ask him to swim, and things like that. And AI can help in this. And I can't help it, being a former Navy commander. I know these TV channels have already bombasted, boarded you, saturated you with Operation Sindoor. So I don't want to talk anything detailed, though of course, having donned that uniform 30 years back, there are a lot of things which are, but the basic thing was quite simple, that we could use AI and related tools better than anybody else in the world. We use the Russian system and achieve success with that Russian system. Russia is not able to achieve success by using their own system because you have not understood what is your enemy thinking. Our great defense forces, they understood fully well what, why, where, how, response, reaction, everything in every aspect. Use AI to profile your students. Having understood your students, rest will be easy as to what kind of solutions to provide. So, just one blending I'm suggesting, Manish. Know your students using AI.
Great, great insight from, yeah.
What we need to understand is that AI is merely a tool that has evolved from humans only, and it has blended with our lives so well that we don't even realize it. Whether we want it in a curriculum or not, it's already there in our lives. It's there in our phones, it's there in our laptops, it's everywhere. So let's treat it just like a tool which is going to help enhance the learning and teaching process and not take over the human intervention that we have been offering. That empathy, that emotional bond of the teacher is always going to be there with the student, and AI can never override or overtake it. So it's just a tool merely, and we may have even better tools later on.
True, ma'am. It's well set, and every tone has been set towards blending the AI to academia. With Mahabharata, actually, some question came into my mind that how AI can be used for bringing in equality and inclusiveness in the classroom. So my next panelist can throw some light.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to actually talk from a perspective of how Coursera has been adding value into the ecosystem, and of course to specifically, I'm very happy to share that some of the points that most of my learned panelists were able to highlight today, we have, understood those issues. We understood, those challenges early on, immediately after generative AI became a buzzword. Hyper-personalization, and thank you, sir, for bringing out the Mahabharata example. We used to think hyper-personalization of curriculum for students is a new age phenomena, but thanks for this thought. But I'm very happy to share that something on those lines we have developed in Coursera. It's called Coach. It's a student mentor. So suppose a student, some students are fast, they're able to complete the entire online course within the time frame. But certain students who might need additional help, what this coach does is, it's like a 24/7 chatbot come generative AI empaneled platform, which will help student to, they can ask questions. They can say, okay, this video is a little too long. Can you summarize to me in 2 sentences? Now, the AI bot will do that. I have completed module 1 of this course, but I'm not 100% sure if I've understood. Can you give me multiple choice questions of this? So it will give them practice questions. Now this helps the student to actually remain continued in the journey of that course, because otherwise a natural human reaction, unless it's a credit course, is that, okay, let me leave it, let me do something else. This is too tough for me, mujhse nahi ho raha. But through Coach, we have been able to improve our adoption rate, enrollment rates, and course completion rates to a very big extent. So that is one element I want to highlight. The second point which, sir, you mentioned on the inclusiveness, our faculty members have found Coursera in a very beautiful way called Coursera Course Builder. So that is a private authoring tool which is embedded in Coursera, through which faculty members can actually create new content, create new courses. They can add their own privately authored material. They can use Harvard case studies, for example. They can take something from YouTube. They can go through the entire Coursera ecosystem, find, okay, I like this video from Google. I like this particular reading from Yale University. Let me create a new course which will, as we are all talking, know your student. Knowing within the university ecosystem, within the college ecosystem of your own institution, what kind of courses will work best. Faculty can also now create content, which is, I think, a great application of this tool. So these 2 things I would definitely highlight: the student coach, the student mentor, and the course builder through generative AI powered tools on Coursera, which are actually solving the kind of problems that we talked about.
I totally endorse. LinkedIn's AI coach, Coursera is a course builder, and the Harvard is a winning with the AI. These 3 components I blended, and I could see the change in my learners. My, the placements to manifold, my startups, 70 startups I could generate just because of this, that we have already built the 2 courses in the Coursera, the first in the India, we have done it. These are the game changers. And purely using the AI tools there, purely, it's already embedded with that. So it really helping a lot us.
So that brings me to the end of the panel discussion, and a lot of great insight that yes, it is a tool and it should be used. We should be understanding one more thing, that this tool is learning tool. It is not an ordinary tool. So we need to be responsible as well. We need to be self-disciplined, and the way we are going to behave, that will reflect in AI in much bigger way than what we are even assuming. So even that gives the message to the society that how responsible we should start behaving right from now. Otherwise there is, if not God, then AI is watching us. So thank you. It was nice to have such an eminent panelist with me. I didn't have to do much of work, and I got all kinds of information and insight and so many experience all together within half an hour. So I'm thankful to all my panelists. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much everybody. एक बार जोरदार तालियां for such an amazing panel discussion. Come on everybody. So I would like to do the honor to request Mr. Manik Kathuria to please do the honor by presenting the token of gratitude one by one to all the panelists. Come on, they deserve a round of applause. Everybody, let's put your hands together. As we one by one thank all the panelists. Here we have Dr. Piteshwar Gare, ladies and gentlemen, thanking the gentleman. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. One by one, as we are thanking all the gentlemen, next we would like to request Professor Dr. Manpreet S. Manna sir. Please come forward next. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Can we have Dr. Ashu Kataria next coming up to receive the honor next? Mr. Gurkirat Singh would like to request you to please come forward now. And Professor Dr. Shweta Agarwal. और साथ ही साथ we would also like to thank Mr. Manik Kathuria. Would like to request the moderator, Mr. Manish Prateek, to please do the honor by felicitating the gentleman. Can we have Mr. Manish Prateek, sir? Would like to request you to please come forward and let's present the vote of thanks to Mr. Manik Kathuria. So,